Soul. Today I'm joined by the one and only pop culture reality TV guru, bestie friend, could go on and on, Levi's mom, Melody Wiseman.
Hi.
Welcome back. Season
Thanks.
6.
Season 6.
As promised, y'all, we're gonna try video.
We are gonna try. I might forget.
We're gonna
that
try
on
video. And we're gonna do once a month.
Yes, we are.
Pop culture, reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
And this is probably one of the episodes. This is probably the week of every month that I look forward to the most when it comes to Heart and
Yay.
Soul.
Oh,
Because I love
happy.
pop culture.
I know, me too.
Oh my gosh, we kind of have the same vibe of nails.
Oh my gosh.
Like bluey?
Yes.
Slatey blue?
Bluey gray.
Yeah, like
A lot of people are rocking some gray.
I was going to go with like ice. Like January is just like blah.
Yes, that's exactly what my shout out to Kelly, my nail girl.
Mine's not Kelly, but I've been there. She's great.
She put a little foil on these two to give it that like icy vibe as well, like snowy. No, we
She
don't
did
get
good.
snow. But yeah, everyone's on that gray train.
Gray train.
Yeah.
It's because it's gray outside. And speaking of gray outside, today, daycare and the world of New Hanover County is closed because of inclement weather.
Yes.
You might not be able to see outside with the glare, but
it's cloudy.
It's just cloudy with a little bit of wind right now. So this working mom is...
You're doing great.
Loving it.
You're doing great.
Absolutely loving it. Love canceling, appointments.
Yeah.
Love being with my kid 24/7.
Yeah, he's a handful.
He's a handful, but he is cute.
But he's cute.
But when you get used to that half day situation, like half of the day you can do
I know.
you.
Yeah.
Even just like a workout.
I don't have a kid, but I have a dog. And when he gets to go to daycare for half the day,
you feel free.
Even I feel free. I walk into my home and I'm not greeted by a jump and a kiss.
A jump and a kiss.
Which I miss sometimes.
Have you seen Austin Powers, Goldmember?
Yes.
You know the line?
So long ago.
You know the line that's like, pipe and a crepe?
Yeah.
Bong and a blitz? Cigar and a waffle? I quote that all the time. And Michael's like, dear God, stop.
I love it.
I'm like, smoking a pancake? Okay. Well, I guess that's a good segue into pop culture, but I feel like I don't know what to do. Like, do we lean forward?
I don't know.
Like,
what do you guys want?
Cool. Like, should we like get comfy and like, oh, I don't love that angle of my butt.
I think
my butt.
All right. We have just been issued a tornado watch. So we're just on the
if
lookout.
This just shuts down,
we'll see.
See you later.
Okay.
So pop culture. We are going to talk about a few topics today.
Yes.
The first being Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Of course.
Wait, no, that's last.
Well, yeah, but it's on the topics.
That's on the topics. We're going to talk about Salt Lake City.
For sure.
The finale. And the reunion's actually being shown tonight, part 1, which I can't wait. Yeah. And also like our church is doing in like 2 weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, they're doing like their annual week of prayer and fasting, and you pick something that you feel like you need to fast from. And like the first thing that convicted me was reality TV. But then I thought the part 3 of the reunion's that week.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, maybe that's a sign that I should.
Maybe it starts the next day.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know, because it's so close to the beginning of the week.
Right. Exactly.
Maybe my week could be different timelines, but then that's just like not the point of a fast, like it's.
Does it bring you joy though?
Yeah.
Or do you feel like it pulls away from your other life goals?
Well, here's the deal. Doesn't pull away from my life goals.
Yeah.
But since I had my eating disorder, I cannot do and will not do and refuse to do food.
For sure.
It's just not going to be my thing. Yeah. It's triggering. I don't want to do it.
Beverage now.
Not like I'm not going to do no Daniel fast. Okay. Because then I'm going to get in my head about how I just can only eat fruits and vegetables for the rest of my life.
No, we don't need that.
So I was like, what's something that I like genuinely like focus on outside of like the necessities. And it was like social media and reality TV. I was like, that's kind of sad.
Social media.
So probably social media. Actually, yeah, maybe it'll be social media.
It should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going to talk about Salt Lake City. We're going to talk about Gypsy Rose a little bit.
Mhm.
And then we're going to talk about the Golden Bachelor
Yep.
wedding, the live wedding. And then we're also going to talk about Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Mainly just the looks.
Yeah, just the looks.
And like there was a little bit of drama that I've been catching whiffs of, which we can touch a little bit on that, but mainly just the looks.
Mainly just the looks.
And speaking of, we have the looks pulled up right now. So
Sure
we are
do.
going to go through that first. So the Golden Globes was on Sunday, and I am really excited that red carpet season is back.
Mhm.
I love award season. I don't really watch the award shows because I don't
Never
stay up
do.
past 8,
I never do.
but I love the fashion.
I love the fashion. Could care less about the awards.
Could care less about the awards. I did
Happy for people. I'm happy for people sometimes. It depends.
get your award.
Get your award if that is your goal.
The only thing I like the Golden Globes because I knew the shows and I knew the movies, where like the Oscars, I feel like it's so artsy fartsy now.
For
like
sure.
I don't know.
I
I
don't know
haven't
half of
even heard of
them.
half these movies.
I know.
But fashion.
For
So
fashion.
I feel like the name on everyone's lips is Taylor Swift first. Like,
For
do
sure.
we just want to start with
Yeah.
her? What did you think of her all green sequined tight corset?
I thought it was gorgeous.
Stunning.
And I just feel like lately, even just in these paparazzi looks too, with her and Travis, I feel like she's dressing well.
She's finally has like style.
Yeah.
She never really had style.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't
like
think she
she's
really
my
was
girl.
a style gal.
But
you
she's
know?
never been known for like fashion.
No. And she would be maybe a little trendy or like
behind.
Maybe a little 10 years behind.
Yeah.
5 to 10 years behind.
Yeah. And very much like I didn't think about what to wear. I just wore it.
Right, exactly. And I put this pattern with this pattern and it doesn't
whatever.
look well.
And everyone thinks everything's an Easter egg, but I don't.
No.
I don't think she just wears. I think sometimes she just wears
so
things because she likes it.
I think so too.
Everyone
But
thinks
I thought
that
this was gorgeous.
I thought this was stunning.
Yeah.
You rarely see this color green on the red carpet.
Really?
I feel like you usually see like reds, blacks, light pinks.
That's true. That's
whites,
true. You're right. I mean,
chromes.
I'm scrolling and it's literally pink and black.
Yeah. That's
pink
like,
and black and red.
And red. And then like goldy colors, like
yeah.
sequin golds. And
for
stuff.
sure.
But you rarely see
Green.
this color. And I rarely see this color on Taylor. And I think it looks really good with her skin tone.
Mm-hmm.
I think the way that she wore her hair was
pretty,
really gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Her bangs were banging.
Yep.
Her like hair itself looked so like flowy and natural, but also done.
Yeah.
I loved how it was tucked behind her ears.
Thank you. Flowy but done. Whimsical but also done.
But done style.
Because I'll be talking about that with someone else's look.
But I think I know who you're talking about.
Oh.
I loved the earrings with it. I love that she
Beautiful.
only did earrings and rings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it needed a necklace. It was so much.
It was pretty.
Love the back, the 3 straps. I just thought it was stunning. It fit her body really well.
I think so too.
And she always rocks Louboutin shoes, and she had green Louboutins on.
Oh, she did? I wish we could see them in this photo.
I know you can't see them in this photo, but you can see them online somewhere. It was Gucci. That's all you need to know.
Love it.
That was probably one of my favorite looks just because
Me too.
It was so not Taylor.
For sure.
And it fit her body so well.
And it was nice to see her in something that looked beautiful.
Yeah.
On her.
It looked
like it was super flattering. Not that she doesn't wear flattering things, but super flattering and like just different.
Yeah.
It wasn't trying to be anything else.
Yeah.
It wasn't trying to be fashionable, even though she looked gorgeous in it. It was perfect for her.
I agree. What was another look that stood out to you?
Okay, let's see if she's on here, but Hunter? Mm-hmm. Hunter Schafer. She's not on here, but
pull up what she wore.
Gorgeous.
Hunter Schafer. I don't even know who that is.
You know, Euphoria. Hold on, I'll show you her.
Yeah, if I saw a picture, I might know her.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like all these young names, all these young bucks, I don't know their names yet.
Gorge.
Oh, I did love that.
Flowing in the wind. It just was stunning. She has come out with some really risque looks, and she's really like pushed the limit.
That's really cool.
And she's not afraid to do something out there, which I love. But it just
it did flow really well.
Classic. And I don't know what she was up for. I mean, that was the cool thing is all of these looks really represented the roles I feel like that they were up for. And so I don't necessarily know what she was
She might not even have been nominated.
Gorgeous. The green shoes.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's the dress.
That's
but
not
it's
it.
a shorter version of the dress that it seems like she wore.
Yeah, that is a really cool look.
Gosh.
And it's not like your
gorgeous.
typical dress. Like
Mm-mm.
it's form fitting, but then the flowy part like makes
Yeah.
it look different. And
Yeah.
it was windy outside. So it was
truly
kind of
was.
perfect for that dress.
Exactly. It was. Okay. That was one of my favorites.
Hot take.
Your turn.
I actually didn't like Selena Gomez's look.
Okay. I didn't like it at first. I hated it at first. And then
I didn't like the bottom.
I don't love the bottom, but this photo does it justice. But in person, I feel like it didn't flatter her as well, but it photographed well. But
I like the top.
I think the top is
cool.
pretty. I think it flatters her well.
Yeah.
But in this photo
for sure.
I don't know if in person it really showed the same.
Like, remember last year, I don't know what award show it was. Maybe the VMAs when she wore that red dress that was kind of like lacy and long.
Yes.
That was beautiful on her.
Really,
and that
beautiful.
was really good for her, like her height.
Yeah.
And like her hair was down. Like, I don't know, that like looked more natural on her. This looks a little more like, I don't know, not her.
Yeah. I agree with that.
But I think
I agree. It wasn't my favorite.
She's obviously stunning. I just also wish that the bottom just went all the way down to the floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really love like the slanty look.
Or all the way short.
Or all the way short.
Yeah.
I don't like slants.
Well, and when you've got a short queen.
Yeah.
We can't really do slants.
No.
The high-low, it's hard.
It's not like you have these long legs.
No,
yeah.
Exactly.
I loved Emma Stone's look.
Oh, let's look at Emma Stone.
It was like a gold V-neck. It's right here. Gold V-neck.
Oh,
and then like a deep slit
gorgeous.
down the leg. In the middle of the leg, which was a little
I
it
think
had
that's
like
beautiful Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, it looks very Louis Vuitton too. It just suits her body really well.
For sure. And her skin tone.
And I love like the bejeweled like touches. Sometimes I usually don't really like when it's like beady and like designy like that. Like
yeah, but
floral,
it's done in a tasteful way.
But it's done in a really
It's almost like
way.
It's beaded and sparkly around the floral arrangement.
Yeah.
You know, the flowers themselves aren't sparkly.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem.
Timothée Chalamet looked very Timothée Chalamet.
Love it.
He looked great.
I think he looked great.
Honestly, guys looked fine.
Guys looked great.
Yeah.
Love Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling always looks good. John Krasinski looked cool in that like maroonish suit. I thought J-Lo looked really good.
Oh yeah.
She always looks good though. It's just like she was wearing like this like light pink, very form-fitting with like massive puffy sleeves.
Yeah.
I liked Haley Steinfeld's, but I don't like the gloves.
See, and I like
or like if it was maybe white gloves, like white sheer. I don't know. Something about it.
I love Prada. And I love this dress.
I don't feel like it fits her body that well.
I just don't think it's her.
Yeah.
I would have never pictured her in this type of dress. But again, what was she nominated for? Like, what was she going for? Is it some sort of serious film? Like, I don't know. We don't know.
We don't
movies
know.
We don't know. Okay, but I think that it's a stunning look. Just was taken aback for her.
Yeah.
Maybe even if this was the opposite with the dress being black and the gloves being pink or something. I don't know. I think it would have.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Skin tone. I think it just would have been.
Or if it was
better.
A little more tighter
Makes
on the top.
her seem just pale.
Yeah.
But gorgeous.
Anytime anyone wears like all black, it's always gonna
always gonna be good.
It's always gonna be good. So like J-Lo looked good.
Yeah.
Jennifer Aniston looked good.
Yeah.
All the Jennifers wore black.
All the Jennifers.
Dua Lipa.
I loved
her look.
Dua Lipa. And of course, she has the mermaid bottom.
Yeah,
because
she was a mermaid. And it even has like those, like what's that thing called? The trident.
Yeah, trident.
Trident.
Yeah.
Like this kind of looks like a trident.
Yeah, it sure does.
The design.
It sure does. Bottom material. Is it really giving me life? No. But
it would have been pretty if it was like velvet, just like the top.
For sure. And I think that her necklace is stunning. Like, obviously, her jewelry is stunning. I love everything that she usually wears. So, I don't know. It was okay for me. This person is the one who I was thinking, I wish the hair looked a bit more done.
Yeah.
It's giving me too much like I
literally just woke up.
Yeah, and I air dried out of the shower.
Yeah, and something I do like about the Golden Globes is that the hair is more like down and
For
like
sure.
they look a little more natural, but that's a little too natural for
It's
me.
a little too natural.
You're on a red carpet.
Where it's like there's a way to make it look flowy and down and natural, like with Taylor, that
Yes.
also looks complete.
and done.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what other looks stood out to you? Stood up and stood out.
Honestly, I feel like I wasn't like the, Margot Robbie is stunning. I just can't wait till she's not wearing pink
Barbie.
anymore.
Yeah. She's got to play into it until the end of award season.
Exactly. But again, she's going up for Barbie. And so she's got her
like
pink
that.
on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty.
I liked that after the award show at the after party, she changed into the same dress and black. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
And she even had like the black boa. And I think that was a cool move.
Okay, great. Okay.
I thought Elle Fanning looked stunning.
Oh, I don't think I saw.
Like never a dress I would wear, but just like with her tiny petite little body, I thought it just looked
stunning.
So good.
Who is that?
Elle Fanning?
No.
Oh.
Who's the dress by?
Oh, I'm like, she's like an actress.
She's like
Balmain.
Oh, okay.
And Cartier jewelry.
Wow. Gorgeous.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know what else stuck out to me. Like, you're right. Hunter Schafer was so good.
Why is yours so much longer than mine?
There's 2 pages. Huh. I'm on the second page.
I didn't even see that there was a second page.
Kristen Wiig looked amazing.
Stop it. Give me a second.
I loved her look. It doesn't even like.
Wow.
I loved her look, and I loved her.
Kristen Wiig? What?
Yeah, that's Kristen freaking Wiig.
Like Kristen Wiig. No freaking
She looks amazing.
Stunning. Love that hair.
Yeah, and I love the dress.
Love that
hair. Love the bows on the little boobies. And, speaking of boobies, there's been a lot of like hate towards Joe Coy, who hosted it. Am I okay? The award show.
Oh, for sure. I've heard.
Have you heard why?
No.
Or like any of his. So basically during his monologue, there's a few things he did wrong. I feel like the first part he went wrong was he was trying to make a joke about Barbenheimer. And first of all, not many people know who Joe Coy is. Do you?
No, had no idea.
He dated Chelsea Handler. He's a comedian, but like he's not like a Jimmy Kimmel or like a Ricky Gervais, like someone who like usually hosts,
right?
Like a Chris Rock,
right?
He's just kind of like, okay, we don't know who you are. So if you're gonna like come up there and nobody really knows who you are, then your jokes have got to be phenomenal.
For sure. That's true.
Because then people aren't really taking you seriously.
Yeah.
So he makes a joke about Barbenheimer, and he says this like long dialogue about how Oppenheimer is about like how it's based on a book and like all the history behind it, and he yada 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 yada. And then he's like, and then Barbie is about a plastic doll with big boobies. Oh. And it just did not, like, Ryan Gosling was like like pissed.
Good.
And I think that was like the shift, because then after that, like when people stopped laughing at his jokes, he was like, I didn't even write these. Like,
yeah, that's
the
awkward.
Writers wrote these.
That's awkward.
And then it's like, okay, now you're throwing all the writers under the bus. Yeah, and just wasn't a good look for him.
Yeah. That's
so then it comes around like another, like some awards are presented, and then there's a commercial break, and then he comes back on for more monologue, and he says a joke about Taylor Swift and the NFL and how it was actually kind of a good joke. Yeah. But I think because of the tone of the room and just like after everyone that he had lost everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone was done with him.
Everyone was like, it's not cool to laugh anymore, guys.
Like, yeah, like we're all in this together, like solidarity kind of thing. Well, so the joke was basically like, what's the difference between the NFL and the Golden Globes? The NFL shows Taylor Swift more on the screen.
Oh,
or the Golden Globes doesn't show her as much or something like that, because there's like more famous people in the room.
For sure.
And Taylor was just like checked out. Like it panned over to her, and she just like takes a sip of her champagne and doesn't like smile, anything. She looks pissed.
Yeah.
And she's getting a lot of hate. And I do think
she's getting hate.
I do think there's like a part of me that's like, okay, maybe you could have been like, it's a joke, whatever.
Yeah.
But she's getting a lot of hate for like not reacting in
a graceful way.
In a graceful way. When like Ryan Gosling literally like 20 minutes before that did the same thing, and he's not getting any hate.
Yeah.
But it's like the woman versus man of it all.
Yeah.
That's like kind of coming up, and that is annoying.
That is
like,
annoying. I didn't realize
they
that was
hated on
happening.
his project.
Yeah.
And he
He got
didn't
to
like
react
it,
the
and
way
he
that he
reacted the way he
reacted.
wanted, and he's not getting any
So
hate
who's
today.
giving her hate?
The internet.
Okay.
Just like the media.
I feel like 75% of the media though is Swifties.
I know. And that was annoying too.
Mhm.
Like at the after show, like they were asking Emma Stone who won. They were like, and she's Emma freaking Stone. Like
Yeah.
she is she's Taylor Swift celebrity level to me.
Yeah.
Like everyone knows Emma Stone.
Oh, absolutely.
They were like, congrats on your win. What did you think about Taylor cheering for you in the crowd?
Oh,
and
that's
it's like,
so weird.
no, these are just dumb questions.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Like, not
everyone
I
was
love
cheering
Taylor.
for me in the crowd.
I love Taylor. Me personally, Kathryn, I love Taylor, and I love that everything's about her right now, and she is the moment. But that's not about her.
Yeah, that's not about her.
It's like,
ask Emma something else.
Get creative.
Yeah. Ask her actually about her
Literally
film that
anything
she won for, or whatever it was.
Yeah, but not every question has to have Taylor in
Right.
it just because she's like a mega star right now.
Right. Exactly.
That's
I agree.
annoying.
No, I 100% agree. I think that's fair.
All
And
right.
I'm glad to hear your take on it because you are a true Swiftie.
I'm a true Swiftie, and I'm just like,
I think that there's like,
it's tasteless.
also, I think there needs to be a new word. Like, Swifties are diehard.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's kind of like, yeah, just because they kind of like Taylor, they're like, yeah, I listen to her music, so I guess I'm a Swiftie. I'm like, no,
You just like
you're
your
not
music.
a Swiftie. You're like Swiftish.
You're Swiftish.
Like, I think that I'm Swiftish.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing.
No.
But I'm not like, I'm not researching her. I'm not going to all of her shows. Like, you are a Swiftie.
I'm a Swiftie.
I think that we need to like.
I also think there needs to be
figure
a
that out.
line between like a Swiftie like me who loves her,
Yeah.
loves her music, goes to all her shows,
Yeah.
looks up pictures of her, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And like the psychotic Swifties.
For
Because some of them are a little crazy.
Yeah.
Where you're like,
where
bro,
they're
they literally have like
they've
fan
got-
accounts.
They've got like a bulletin board that has like lines, to
Easter
every
eggs,
Easter
all
egg, all of her outfits, all the like the little movement that she makes. They're like, this
what does
means
this mean? This
Yeah.
orange nail means that
Exactly.
the next album is going to be dropped at Orange. I don't know. Like, it's just like so silly. It's like, bro, what if she just like is living her life and not everything's an Easter egg?
Most of it is.
Like, I don't like that they have the name Swiftie. Or like maybe there needs to be like
know.
Swiftish, Swift,
Yeah.
and then Swifties.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
psychos.
Yeah.
I don't know what the line
Yeah,
is.
we got to figure it out.
We gotta figure it
We got
out.
to change. We've got to change the lingo.
2024, the year of figuring this out. Okay, next topic, and it's going to be short because I don't really have much to say on it, but Gypsy Rose Blanchard is free from prison.
Right.
Now, do you know much about her?
No.
Okay. So basically, have you heard of Munchausen's disorder?
Yes.
Or disease? I don't know if it's which one.
Disease, I think.
Disease. Yeah. It's basically where you are convinced that you have all these diseases,
Sicknesses,
illnesses, and you are actually completely healthy,
Right.
but you live into that as your identity.
Mhm.
Well, her mom, from when she was a toddler until she was like, I think she was well past 18 when everything happened, basically had convinced her she convinced her she had multiple cancers, that she couldn't walk. She was in a wheelchair. She had IVs pumped to her all the time. She was on all this medication. And I think the mom was doing it, one, because she's got a personality issue and there's something wrong mentally.
Yep.
And two, because they were getting a lot of media attention and a lot of money from it.
Oh, okay.
So I think it was kind of a ploy, like a money scheme.
Right.
Don't back me up on all this. Like, this is just my take.
Right.
This is a paraphrase take from Kathryn.
Okay. Yeah.
So she's like well beyond an adult, starting to realize like, I'm actually not sick. Like, this is actually kind of weird. Like,
Yeah.
yada, yada, yada. Still living with her mom. Mom doesn't like let her drive a car, doesn't let her go anywhere. So she's online in like a chat room, meets this guy, and the guy is not well. And Gypsy was not well. Like, no one is well in this story.
Well.
Yeah. And she basically like tells this guy everything that's been going on. And he's like, well, it seems like the only thing you can do is just like, your mom needs to die in order to escape. Like, and her brain wasn't like well developed enough to like have made any choices her entire life to be like, maybe I should call the cops instead.
Yeah.
Or like she just didn't have development. Like, she was still basically a young child in an adult body. So she's like, okay. And she doesn't actually kill her mom. He does.
Okay.
He kills her.
Yeah.
They both go to prison, rightfully so.
For sure.
Like, you don't murder someone.
Right.
Not cool.
No, not cool.
He goes to prison for life, and then she gets a sentence that
How was she murdered? That's
don't
what I
know.
keep hearing, that he murdered her, but
I think it was, I
wanna
don't
know
know.
how he
I think it was in
murdered
her bed or something. I think it was like
he
at
was
night.
in her bed?
Like, he killed her in her house.
Oh, okay.
But I don't quote me on that, because
I'm curious.
I
like,
watched The Act, which had
see, and I haven't watched any of the shows on her or anything like that.
who was in The Act? Joey King.
Okay.
She played Gypsy. But this was like 5 years ago when this came out. Like, it came
Gotcha.
out a while back.
Because she's only been in prison, or she was only
She was in prison for like 8 years.
Okay, yeah.
So, but like all those documentaries and those shows kind of like brought more attention back to her story. And I think that is what kind of catapulted all these like new appeal court hearings to basically shorten her sentence, because people were realizing like she's not a murderer.
Right,
Like,
right.
She did partake.
I wonder what her sentence was.
I don't know what her full sentence was, but I think it was something like 10 years.
Makes sense.
She got out at like 8 or
Okay.
something. So she got out like 2 weeks ago. And now, literally, like the day she got out, she got 6.6 million followers on Instagram.
Oh, you're about to say dollars.
No, well, probably.
Probably.
Instagram, TikTok. And she's kind of just become this like overnight, like once prisoner to like influencer.
It's also like when young children are introduced to fame at such a young age, like, all right, we need to give this woman a break.
No, yeah. Like, she is going,
Like, she's going
from literal prison.
Yes.
To like,
which she also knew in prison that she did have this
cult following,
kind of a cult following, or this fame around her name. So she was aware of it, I'm sure, but not to the extent now that she's out and she's getting all these interviews and all this press and not having privacy. I bet she probably felt way more private in prison than she does.
And honestly,
now
like,
out and about.
I listened to Nick Viall's podcast.
I listened to that as well
with her,
and I knew nothing about her really until I listened to that.
So prior to listening to that podcast, I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about all this or her.
Same.
Like, it's still kind of weird. Like, she probably should be on some sort of
I didn't realize that she didn't murder her mom.
Yes, she wasn't the actual murderer.
Right.
Listening to her talk on Nick Viall's podcast, I was like, she is so well spoken.
Yeah.
It seems like she's really got her S together.
Yeah. I agree.
Seems like her mind is like,
developing in the right way.
Mind is sound. And I'm like, prison really did her good.
I know.
Like, and then she started talking about prison.
The classes that she taught.
She's like,
teaching classes?
I took classes. I taught classes. I was in therapy. I get to watch shows. I have roommates. And I was like, what kind of freaking prison are you in?
She had a key to her room.
She had a key to her room. It's like a hotel.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is prison like?
I know.
I think there's different levels of prison.
For sure. And she did say jail is way more like you're in a cell. There's like a toilet in the cell.
Yeah.
And I guess prison, there's like actual rooms. It's kind of like Orange is the New Black. You know how Orange is the New Black kind of had like
that.
I watched a few episodes and it was so long ago at this point, so I might be wrong. And I don't know if it was prison or jail, but I just remember that there were bathrooms. Like there was a bathroom where you would go. Everyone, it was communal. It wasn't like your own separate thing.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
You don't want a toilet just by your bed.
I mean, that's fair. That's true.
I don't.
No.
But I don't know. This prison sounded kind of nice. It kind of sounded like an assisted living home. Like they had like activities. They had
I'm thinking about Teresa from
Real
Real Housewives of New Jersey, who went to, I'm assuming, prison because
Jen Shaw.
And granted, these women, are they able to advocate for themselves to go to a nicer?
I think it has to do also with maybe your crime.
For sure.
And also your financial status.
I know, but then most of these people, are they going away because of stealing money? So like, do they even have money to pay to go to these nicer prisons?
Status in general.
Maybe just status.
Like people know them. They're famous.
So they don't want to bring them to just like a Joe Schmo.
Maybe
jail.
Because like Jen Shaw's like freaking.
No, she's not really.
She's not on Instagram.
She can't be on Instagram.
Okay,
Like
we'll get to
someone's
that.
running her Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
But like she's watching
when
Bravo.
people were like, she's posting,
But
I'm like,
she's watching the
this girl
show.
doesn't have a cell phone in prison. She's not posting herself.
I was kind of convinced she did.
Oh my gosh.
I was like,
Kathryn.
somebody like contrabanded a cell phone into prison for Jen, and she's like on the gram.
No.
But I also do know that they watch shows. Like they get to
definitely
watch shows.
I do
So
remember
she's
that.
watching
Why do we
Bravo.
know that? Because I know that too.
Gypsy Rose said it.
No, but I knew that before Gypsy Rose. Because someone was asking me about this the other day. I don't, it might be because Gypsy Rose got released or whatever. I don't remember what we were talking about, but I was like, yeah, you could do a lot in prison. Like, truly, there are classes there. Like, I knew this before Gypsy Rose, and I feel like it's because of Teresa.
Yeah, it probably is.
It's got to be.
It always goes back to reality
TV. Goes back to always goes back to some Real Housewife that's been incarcerated. Some money fraud laundering. I mean, if they're not being incarcerated, is it entertaining?
Is it a housewife?
Is it a housewife? Have you been to jail?
She ain't a real
if not,
housewife.
you're not a real housewife.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of fascinated by her progress, basically.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of like, I get why she's so beloved.
Yeah, for sure. No, I
Before,
felt
was
an
like,
empathy.
I don't really get it. I had empathy for her
Same.
because, like, to be stripped of your childhood and for you to think your whole life that you're like dying, is horrible.
Yeah, it's awful
when you're healthy.
Yeah, and for somebody that you love so much to use
misuse your trust and abuse you is horrible. So I had empathy for her, but I didn't understand the fascination with her. But now, since hearing her talk on Nick's podcast, I'm like, I think I'm a fan.
Yeah, I agree.
I think I like you.
Yeah, because
and her husband.
You can sometimes be a little cautious.
Yeah,
around something. You're like, oh yeah, this person had their mother killed.
Yeah, like that's not cool.
No, but it is. I don't believe that they would release her from jail.
I don't think
from
she's
prison.
a murderer.
I don't think she's a murderer. And like you said, her mind is sound. From what we she's done some work that I don't think that they would allow someone to be released if they haven't seen the work and the progress in somebody's mind.
Now, if she was the murderer, totally different story. Totally. She should still be there.
No, absolutely.
Because if you have like the ability in your mind and body to like physically kill someone, that's another level.
It's like kind of crazy.
Unless it's like defense
or
something.
Like another level to tell someone like, go kill my mom.
Yeah.
Like,
or like
terrifying.
To know someone's about to kill your mom.
Yeah.
Like I think she was in the house.
Shut up.
I'm pretty sure. Like where else is she gonna go? She never left.
We need to find out.
I know. We need to fact check.
Sorry guys. We're not prepared with this topic.
Yeah, we don't know much, but
don't know. Tell us.
Fascinated we are. Fascinated we are. Yoda. Yeah. Okay, so next topic I think we should talk about is the Golden Bachelor Wedding.
Oh yes.
I thought it was cute.
It was cute.
I
think the love is real.
I do too. I didn't
either.
I didn't get it until I think now I get it.
Yeah.
It makes sense. They're super cute. I thought the wedding was stunning.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like a real wedding.
For sure.
Like sometimes televised weddings, you're like, I don't know if this is going to be like gimmicky or I don't know. But like the ceremony seemed legit. The reception seemed legit.
It seemed legit when she was going to the things they were showing of her getting her dresses like fitting and all of that, like going to shop for the dress. It was really sweet when her daughter got to be there and, she's like, my mom got to help me through my dress fitting and all of this stuff. And now I get to be there for her and her getting choked up. You could tell when the family is getting choked up that it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real. And this is so weird, but the one scene that like actually made me tear up, you're not going to believe it. I just burped, but you're not going to believe it.
I can't wait. I might believe
the boudoir shot.
Oh.
And at first I was like, oh my gosh, so gimmicky, like whatever. But seeing the women after they took these photos, which were
stunning.
The women were so confident.
Yeah.
And like to see these like 60, 70-year-old women being like, I look great.
Yeah.
Was so like moving to me.
Know.
I was like teary-eyed.
Even what's her name that loves pickleball? Ellen. She was so nervous at
and
first.
I would be too, because not only are you like
you're doing it on camera too.
You're not only on like in boudoir.
There are so many people that are going to see me. Usually a boudoir shoot is for you and your personal person that you want to send this to.
Yes.
Or for yourself. And so it's like, you're not typically posting that for the world to see.
Yeah.
And she was already nervous, but she was so cute in her like cute dress with her shoes on the
Classy
bed.
still. Like all of the photos were very classy.
Yeah, they were.
And I think that was a good touch. But also
and Teresa's legs.
And they say she doesn't work out. She's one of those.
No, she's so annoying.
One of those.
She's like my friend Holly.
Teeny tiny,
muscular. Little bean. Well, Holly works out, but like still, you're just like naturally just like muscular.
Remember her daughter was like, I mean, all she really does is like run in place for like 5 minutes, and then she calls that her workout.
So dumb.
I'm like, I run in place.
I'm like, do you buy workout shoes for that?
Yeah, like yeah. Are you wearing like Lulu? Like what's going on? No, I just loved that scene. I thought it was kind of a little weird that rain.
Oh,
wow. You're getting updated live weather updates of this inclement weather in New Hanover County. I thought it was a little gimmicky and weird that like Brayden proposed to Christina.
Me too. But it's so Brayden.
It's so Brayden and it's so Christina. They're honestly
truly
perfect for each other.
They really are. And it's funny because of course for me it's cringe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, can you imagine like somebody doing that? I can't imagine.
But she loved it.
She loved it. And it's not performative.
No.
It still isn't performative for them though.
And like even though it's been quick, like their relationship, I actually think they're gonna make it.
Me too.
They like they
really
kind of make sense.
I know. They do make sense. I like them.
I like them a lot.
Yeah. What else happened?
Nothing else really happened. I just thought it was really beautiful and tasteful. I loved their vows. That got me a little choked up too.
Yeah.
I just thought it was it was just a refreshing moment in which the whole season was refreshing of like these people truly found like another great love.
Yeah, for sure. Do we know how many live weddings Bachelor has put on other than Tristan?
So Trista and Ryan, Molly and Jason, Kathryn and Sean, Paradise People. What are their names? Jade and Tanner.
Jade and Tanner. Kenny and Mari did
Kenny and Mari. I don't know.
They kind of did the one in.
Yeah.
Do you think that was real?
It would I listened to an interview.
It
was their wedding. Like they did that before their ceremony, and that actually married them.
Wow.
Which I thought was
in
the
Mexico
opposite.
though.
In Mexico, I don't know. Maybe they got their wedding certificate in like wherever they live. But like that was
but can you do that? Yeah, I guess you could.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
So them, and then what's her butt? They're already divorced. Evan and Carly.
Okay, because that was my question: is how many of these people who have been married live on like a live wedding are still married?
And Ashley and JP, but they're not still married anymore.
Okay,
so there's been like 7 or 8 live weddings.
Okay,
the still married ones are Trista and Ryan, Kathryn and Sean, Jade and Tanner,
Kenny and Mari,
but that was like literally yesterday.
Golden Bachelor
and Golden Bachelor.
Okay, so 5 out of the 8 ish. Or 7,
because
did you say?
JP and Ashley broke up. Carly and Evan broke up. Am I missing someone? Maybe there's only been 7. Molly and Jason. They're still together.
Okay.
So 6 out of 8.
6 out of 8.
Pretty good. I'm sure there's one I'm missing too. But
sure.
I thought it was great to have another live wedding. I really hope that Charity and Dotton's wedding is live.
Ooh.
They said a date.
You think that they'll make it live?
They might.
I
don't know.
I could see it, but I don't know. I hope people don't. I don't like it. I don't like the live.
I just love them together, so I think I just want to see it.
Maybe they'll just do a live stream.
Yeah,
at their own wedding. I just like I hate.
I could just picture us
so corny.
I know,
and hosting and everything.
I love that Susan officiated though, and not Jesse.
Oh, Susan,
because usually they make it the host.
There's a couple things I want to talk. Susan,
love her.
I love Susan,
and the more I see her, the more I'm like, she needs to be the Golden Bachelorette.
Oh,
because I know it's probably going to be Leslie, and that's fine. But she's so butthurt, and like
I know,
like even at the wedding, she was like, I don't know. And granted, like, why are you going to this guy's wedding?
That you were like in love.
You literally were in love with him.
Also, why did I'm happy to hear that he told Teresa off air that he loved her.
Yeah,
and they had that private moment to themselves, and they were, and I think Jesse had asked, do you regret not saying it like on, or no, it might have been Caitlyn actually on her own podcast and
Yeah.
said, do you regret not having that to look back at now, the first time you said I love you? And they were like, no, like that's something I will always remember no matter what. Like,
I don't need to
and
be
you think about it, like I don't have the recording of when I first told Mikey that I loved him or vice versa.
Ours was.
Do you have a recording?
No.
Oh, exactly.
But
like,
it was
horrible.
so dramatic. Like, I kind of want to tell the story.
Tell it.
So we were in Paris. That's not the dramatic part, but we were dating. His family, his mom, brother, sister, and him had a trip planned to Paris. They invited me last minute, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, we're just dating. We haven't even said I love you.
Wow.
Well, right before that, he had visited me, and he was saying, like, I don't want to say I love you to someone until I propose. And I told him, I said, that's not going to work for me. Like, because I'm going to be doubting. And all of a sudden you're on one knee.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if you even love me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just feel like we need to have that moment and then the proposal.
For
It might
sure.
work for some other chick, but it's not going to work for me. I said, so whenever you know that you love me, just go ahead and tell me.
Yeah.
Don't wait for a ring. Okay. So then a month later, after that, they were going to Paris. I looked for tickets online like 6 weeks before. I was like, this is crazy, but they invited me. $400 round trip ticket. $400. And I was like, I've got to go.
Oh my
Everything else,
gosh.
they've already paid for the Airbnbs. So we go. We went to Spain, Paris. Anyways, we're in Paris. He had this whole thing planned where we were gonna like do a date night, and he was really nervous. And in his head, he's never told anyone he loves them. He hadn't had a girlfriend since junior year of high school.
Yeah.
And like junior year of high school. It's like, so this was all very new to him. He's so nervous. He's so in his head. But the way I'm picking up in it is all day he's quiet. He's not talking to me. We're in a group with like his family and like he's not holding my hand. He's like
about to break up with me.
That's where I'm at. I'm like, he's literally going to break up with me in Paris. This is how Cupid psycho I am because I have convinced myself
gonna leave me here.
By the evening.
I'm
going to be stuck in Paris. So then we go off on our date and he's still really quiet. And he's a quiet person in general. But like when we're together, we talk.
Yeah.
Like it's not like awkward between us. It was awkward.
Right. Yeah.
So we go to dinner. He's like still kind of weird. We're sitting at dinner and I'm like, if you're going to do it, just do it now. I literally say that. And he's like, do what? And I was like, break up with me. Like you've been so weird all day. And I can tell something's off with you. And like, I'm not going to do the rest of this trip with your family if you're not in this. Like, I was like, I'm a grown woman. I can like get an Airbnb. I can like fly home and like hang out in Paris for a little bit.
Yeah.
If I need to. Like, I'm not spending the last few days here with someone who doesn't want to be with me. He's so confused and shocked that this is what comes out of my mouth that he like doesn't even know how to respond. And that makes me feel worse.
Yeah.
That makes me like, oh, he actually is going to break up with me.
Yeah.
So it's still awkward. We leave the restaurant. We're walking away.
He still hasn't said anything?
Still hasn't said anything.
Oh my goodness, Michael.
I'm walking ahead. I'm like literally like pacing away from him. Like I'm good. Like I have a cell phone. I have international service. Like I can book something. This isn't like I'm 27. I got this, you know? Okay. So there's this cafe and he's like, the first thing he said is like, can we just go get coffee and talk about this before you like go get an Airbnb? And I was like, okay. So we go into this coffee shop. We get like a little cappuccino. We sit down and he's like, and I'm crying. I'm crying at this
This
point.
has escalated way too far.
I know.
Why?
And we're not a dramatic couple.
No.
Like we've never had drama like this ever again. This is one and done.
Right.
Never before, never after.
Which
so
is
weird.
Okay. Yeah. Move on.
Like we're just not like fighters.
Yeah.
Like I shut down when we fight, but like we don't like, I'm not like, I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah.
That's where I was at. It was so awkward and so uncomfortable.
I'm just gonna leave Paris.
I'm just gonna leave Paris. Like Kathryn in Paris, Emily in Paris. So we sit down and he's like, I wasn't gonna break up with you tonight. I was gonna tell you that I love you. And I was like, oh
no.
So the moment shifted from like true psycho to like this
gush
to like, oh my God, really?
Yeah.
So then I'm like laughing because I'm like, did you? like, that was insane what I just did. Like, this whole thing could have been like a reality TV show.
Sure, for sure.
And I was like, I'm so sorry I freaked out like this, but like, why didn't you say anything in the beginning?
Seriously.
Like, I'm so embarrassed right now that I just handled myself like that. But like, also, I love you too. Like, so, anyways, the rest of the trip was great. And but that was the first time we said I love you. Was like a huge fight in Paris.
Hey, you remember it forever.
Never forget. I don't think he'll ever forget either. It was, I'm glad it wasn't recorded.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that would have been embarrassing.
Would have been a reality TV show.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't really know why because of Golden Bachelor.
Oh, Golden Bachelor. Okay.
Where did we get
the last thing that I have to say about Golden Bachelor is just why.
That's it. Why?
No, I just can't remember her name. Why did they let what's her name?
Kathy.
Yes.
She was not it. I love Kathy. She's funny. But I think they were trying to have like a redemption story for her because her and Teresa had so much drama.
But why?
But who cares?
No. She told her to zip it. They had issues. And whether it was fabricated on the show or not, like, it just was so weird. We didn't see.
I'm dead. I'm actually dead.
Amazing. We have outroed in the middle
We're
of the
not
show.
outroing people. And I think I'm going to leave that in.
Yeah, you absolutely should. So we didn't get to see a resolution between her and Teresa's friendship. Did we?
Like, well, I guess we did that.
I mean,
that night.
We did there. But I'm like, her being was she at the dress fitting too? Like, weird.
Yeah, it was like they weren't besties.
No, they were not besties. We're not pretending they were besties.
I don't think they had beef after the show.
I don't think they had beef at all, but they weren't besties. Like Susan and her.
Yeah.
Like, they were BFFs.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, it just seemed try-hardy to me. I'm sorry.
I agree. It was gimmicky.
I'm sorry. It was just
And that's the thing about ABC is it's gimmicky.
Well, she just
that's
made
why
everything.
We love Bravo.
Exactly. She tried to just make everything about herself.
Yeah.
And I hated even that Teresa then fed into it with the whole, she couldn't zip her dress. So can you zip it for me? And it's like, it was cute. But at the same time, I'm like, this isn't about her.
Yeah.
Don't even let that be a part of this.
I'm glad Teresa said that though.
Me too.
That showed her that she's like funny.
Over it.
Yeah. And over it because
but yes, definitely
she kind of looked really straight-laced and a little awkward the entire season. And I think that this really showed like she has a personality. Like, she's fun.
I think so too.
And like I get why he like always said like we have such a good time together.
Yeah.
Because like you never saw that during the show. It was always so serious and like
they probably couldn't show too much of it, or else it would have just given it away. Because for so long we all thought that it was
Leslie.
I thought for so long that it was Teresa. For majority of the show.
I did not.
And then closer to the end, I was thinking that it was Leslie. Without a doubt, Leslie.
I thought it was Leslie. But I never thought it was Teresa.
But I was like, yeah, I guess. I thought it was Teresa.
I mean, after their first date, I was like, that was sweet. It'd be cute if it was them. But then once the drama started, they usually don't show the winner in drama.
Yeah.
So once that started, I was like, well, it can't be Teresa.
Yeah.
And like, she did look a little like crazy. Like, it's going to be me. It's going to be me. And I was like, okay, bro. But like, she was right.
Yeah, she was right.
Okay. Speaking of gimmicky versus non-gimmicky, let's go into Bravo. And this is going to be our finale for the episode, even though an outro already happened. But we're going to talk about the finale of Salt Lake City, which was absolutely the best finale in reality television I think I've ever seen.
Same.
And we've seen Scandival.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, like I think it was better than Scandival.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think you're right.
If you haven't been watching the show,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? And two,
go watch it right now.
Go watch it. Like seriously, pause this.
And 3. I keep interrupting you.
And 3 and 4. I'm like, no, seriously, it's so good. Even if you've like never watched Housewives before, like I really think Salt Lake City is the one that I started on. Then I went to Beverly Hills. Yeah. Maybe it was Beverly Hills, Salt Lake City at the same time, but like those are my first 2.
They're the best.
and they're the best.
So good.
Um,
Wow.
but it's 4 seasons. Honestly, I kind of only think you need to watch the 4th season, but you do kind of want to know who Jen Shaw is.
For sure.
Anyways, we're going to recap it for you right now. So if you haven't seen it and you're going to watch it, then skip this. But if you are not going to watch it and you just want to know some of the best drama
For sure.
in all of television
Mhm.
history, strap in, honey, because it's good.
We're here.
Okay, so basically, this new girl gets introduced to the season, and this is season 4. Her name's Monica. Monica is not as rich as the rest of the housewives,
Right.
and typically, Real Housewives, like the whole premise
Are
of the
just
show is
rolling in cash.
they're very rich.
sorry.
They're very rich. So, but like she had previously worked for Jen Shaw, so that was like her connection to these women. Jen Shaw is the one, if you don't know, who in seasons 1 through 3 was absolutely chaotic. Crazy, and then ended up going to prison because she was scamming elderly people through her company.
Yeah.
And Monica was like one of her assistants. So that's kind of like how they think she like got into the show.
Yeah.
Well, a whole season goes by and she's kind of like mucking it up with everybody. Like I feel like she's trying to play everyone, like one-on-one relationship with everyone,
For sure.
while also simultaneously like getting in
Destroying
arguments with everyone and like talking crap about everyone behind their back, but like pretending to be their best friend, which true housewives behavior, like we know, we're not done, we've watched this, but like it was extra.
It was extra for a first timer.
For a first timer. Like you just got here, girl.
Like make friends with these girls, form your alliance.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to do. Form an alliance, become friends with people, and then you build drama from there.
Yeah. Like
but
you
are
drama.
making yourself an island.
Totally.
You are not creating an alliance at all. You are building an island around yourself.
And you could just see her between her conversations with it throughout the season that she wasn't ever the same.
Yeah.
Like she very much told people what they wanted to hear.
For sure.
She was a performer.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, she was entertaining.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Very entertaining. So the end of the season, they're in Bermuda for like 18 years. Like I swear the last like 4 episodes they were in Bermuda. But the finale, they're still in Bermuda. And
which I don't think, have we ever had a finale
on a trip? No, I don't think so.
It was weird.
But it was necessary.
Yeah.
Like if they didn't end there,
oh my gosh, yeah,
then it would be like, why didn't you end there?
Right.
Because I was like the perfect finale.
Right.
So basically, like this whole trip has gone by, and Heather is one of like the OG, who I love Heather.
Love her.
She's kind of picking up on some of the weirdness that we've been talking about. And in addition to that, she owns Beauty Lab, which is like a Botox center. Cosmetology, whatever. We're not good with that. Botox lips.
Words. What are words?
So she was like, I'm just gonna like see if I have any. Oh no, she was gonna get a gift card for her.
She was getting a gift card.
It was Monica's birthday. So she was gonna get a gift card for Monica from Beauty Lab because Monica was a client of hers. Which if someone wants to give me a gift card for Botox for my birthday next week,
I know.
I am here for it.
Same.
But anyways, so she gets this gift card, or she goes in to get this gift card, and her partner at the office is like, there are 3 Monicas here. And in our system,
all have the same
and they
date of birth.
all the same date of birth, but different last names. And she's like, that's weird. Also, it's raining,
pouring.
So this inclement weather is becoming inclement.
Oh, frick. I forgot my raincoat.
I have an umbrella.
Okay.
I think it might be in my car.
I have one in my car. Yeah.
I know. It's always in the car.
Why did I leave it in the car when I knew I forgot
I have a raincoat.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Or you can just stay and hang.
Okay. We gotta go quick though in case the power goes out.
Oh, that's true. Okay. So basically she finds out like Monica has multiple identities. Then she does some more digging. Her hairdresser, what used to be best friends with Monica. And she finds out from her hairdresser that Monica has actually been leading and running this Instagram account that has called Reality Von Tees. That has been, the whole purpose of it is to take down these housewives.
For sure.
And to like throw them into the media with messy stories. It initiated by wanting to take Jen Shaw down. And it did. Because it exposed a lot of like videos of Jen Shaw.
She took a lot of videos in private. She posted. Yeah.
And it's like, who else would get those videos?
Right.
Like, how are we just now realizing that it was Monica when like she was her assistant and with her all the time?
Exactly.
So it's like someone
did they think that she just sent them in? Like, what's What's going on?
So they find out she's Reality Von Teese. All the girls meet on the beach, but like the 4 original girls meet on the beach before they're about to have like their final dinner.
Yeah.
And they are on this beach. And I'm telling you, it is Emmy award winning performance.
I love that Heather didn't just come out and say it and then build and then say like she's been trying to bully us. It makes sense now.
She's
Yada
been
yada.
lying. This
all
isn't
stuff.
her.
No, she works it up, builds to a climax.
I mean,
to
she should have
tell
been at the
these
Golden Globes.
women. Why wasn't she there?
She should have been at
in
the
her
Golden
yellow
Globes.
dress.
Yes.
Builds it up to the point where these women are so worked up of what is going on. What could this be?
And she gets all 3 of the other 3 women on her side prior to the dinner and is like, we're going into this dinner to expose her and take her down. Are you guys with me?
Yeah.
And this season, all of the core 4 haven't really been seen eye to eye.
For sure.
So this was like a redemptive moment
it
for
felt
their friendship.
really, really good.
Yeah. And I was like, finally, they're
Thank
back.
God.
But it's they weren't
as much
all
as I
vibing.
love the drama, I love when they're friends.
Me too. And they weren't vibing because now looking back, you're like, Monica was kind of like
Weaseling
infiltrating
her way
and talking crap about everyone,
Yes.
starting all these rumors.
Stirring it up.
And so anyways, they decide on this beach, which this scene is the most epic scene ever. They decide on this beach that
the quiver in Heather's lip when she asked them, I want you to back me up.
Yeah. And then Meredith Marks when she goes,
I'm tired of people trying to hurt us. I'm like,
yeah. And Lisa Barlow the whole time, like Heather can't get it out because Lisa's just like, what?
You're
what
gonna cry? You're gonna cry?
Tell me.
Oh my
God, I'm gonna cry. What is it? Tell me. And then Whitney's like so clueless. It's like so funny. So then they all decide, like, yeah, we're going in this together. They start playing off this dinner like nothing's happening.
I know.
I
was actually very impressed.
Acting
for sure.
They start playing this game, which they always play a game, which always turns into drama.
Yeah.
But basically, the game is like you have this doll in front of you, which is a callback to a season before. This doll represents another person on the cast. You have to say something about them that like you're still confused about.
Yeah.
That's mysterious to you. So like everyone brings it up, then it's Heather's turn.
Which
Heather should have just gotten Monica's doll.
I know. When the Whitney and Lisa thing is going on.
The inclement weather has already left.
It left. Thank God.
God, school's closed.
School closed for a 5-minute rainstorm.
Yeah.
But when when Whitney and Lisa are going back and forth with their tiny drama.
Yeah.
It almost, at this point, it's water under the bridge. Like, surely for them, like, this is nothing compared to what Monica has done.
Yeah.
Or is whatever is going on with that whole situation. So even to bring up any little tiny thing, it looked so real.
I'm telling you.
That I'm like, how much of this show is real?
I know. They get you.
Yeah. It made me a little nervous. I was like, is most of this drama just fake?
But I also think that they kind of did that to be like, we don't want Monica to sniff on the fact that this is all about her.
Yeah.
And we're going to pretend like this is a normal blow up dinner. Like we always blow up at each other. And
makes sense.
If that's the case, then bravo.
They did a great job.
They did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
So then they get to Heather, and Heather basically like does this huge monologue calling out Monica and telling her like, we know who you are. We have receipts, timelines, proof, screenshots, everything. And Monica just sits there very calmly.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm impressed.
Like borderline serial killer calm.
Yeah.
I was like, she just sits there kind of calmly. I was very impressed because it's like first time on reality TV, like I'd be bawling, I'd run away.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So then she basically says like, she's like kind of defending herself. Like, that's not true. That's not true. And then finally she says, it's not entirely true.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dun, dun, dun.
It's partially
true. And she's basically like, yeah, me and 2 other friends have been running this account, but my intention was only to take down Jen Shaw. That was all I did, blah, 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 blah. And they're like pissed. Like there's no turning back now because they're like, you have ruined our lives for the past 3 years. You've tried to separate us all. You've exposed us, yada, yada, yada. And now you've been faking it for the last 3 months.
Exactly.
And I liked Heather's line, or not Heather, Meredith's line where she was like, for the last 3 months, we thought you were like becoming our friend
Yeah.
and like, we don't know who you are. You've
Right.
been acting.
Yeah.
And then there's this footage that they show,
Ooh,
which this is crazy and a
just
callback.
So wild.
It's wild how it's all connected. Like it's truly connecting seasons 1 through 4.
Yeah.
This is from season 2 where Jen Shaw was accused of stealing a clutch from Meredith's store.
Yep.
And you see the footage on the security camera that Monica was with her.
Mhm.
She had her hair blonde at the
Yeah.
time. But she was with her, and now they think like Monica stole the clutch. And it's just crazy how she's like she's been on the show since the beginning without ever being on the show.
She also just lies for no reason. Like
Yeah.
she didn't have to tell Meredith that she's never been
Been
in
to her
shop
store.
before
Yeah.
because Meredith isn't always in her store. So she didn't need to say I've never been here.
Exactly.
So it is kind of
She
just
kinda buried
odd.
herself.
Yeah, she's just lying for no reason. Like she's just lying to lie. It's a pathological liar.
She doesn't know
she truly
the
just
truth from lies.
Exactly.
So there's that. And then finally, the last exposure of the episode, Heather finally admits who gave her the black eye in season 3, and it was Jen Shaw.
And you see when they flash back to when Meredith asked her, oh my goodness, how did this happen? Jen Shaw immediately steps in, touches her arm. We don't know. We're trying to figure that. Like you could tell the like, we're trying to figure that out too. You could tell in her voice.
Which like
the guilt.
It's like we kind of knew.
Right.
And like,
but it was also like a why.
It was like, why would she hit her? Because they were still friends.
And I didn't actually remember that because I watched this again the other night. I also didn't remember that she didn't just give her a black eye, but there were scratches on her arm and like
I forgot that
almost
too.
Looked like bite marks. Like it was weird. Like she beat her up.
She beat her up.
Like, but also why? Heather like can take her down if she wanted to.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing.
But
like
Heather,
what happened?
Heather would like burrow with Jen Shaw. It was weird.
Sure.
Like she's probably the most confident on the show in my opinion. And like
Jen just had a stronghold.
She had a stronghold over her. It was weird. And like I think that her saying like all this to Monica was almost like a moment for her to like get her power back.
For sure.
Because how much she like was manipulated by Jen Shaw for so many years.
And that's where I think I've heard that people are like, oh, she's losing her footing or losing her credibility by saying, you know, talking so much about Jen and saying that you were just so loyal to Jen, and people are going to think about that again and be like, how could you back up a person that did these horrible things? But no, what she's saying is like, she's not backing up Jen. She's not backing her up anymore. She did that for so long, and she tried to keep a friendship with somebody that didn't want to be friends. And it's her saying, I'm not going to let you do that again.
Yeah.
You're not going to be another Jen to me.
Yeah.
We're not going to do this. I've learned my lesson. I've been treated like crap by this person. So I think that people trying to say that she's losing credibility by bringing up Jen and how much she defended her, I don't think that's
I think she's trying to make the point of like
making
I was so blinded for so many years and used and manipulated, and I didn't see what was actually going on,
and now I'm standing up against that. And so when I see it, I'm gonna call it as it is now, and I'm not gonna let it happen to me again.
Ain't gonna happen again.
And I think that was great. It was such a moment.
It was a moment.
Standing up. This is my family. We are family. We are family. I was just like, I can't.
The whole thing was
loved
incredible. I want to go back and watch it tonight.
With the wind blowing. The wind and everyone draped.
The producers running around like crazy in the background. The fourth wall was broken.
I'm just like Lisa, and Lisa needs to get better comebacks.
Lisa's a bing bong. She's a bing bong.
I'm like, girl, we need to get our New York representation over here.
We need her on the show
New
because
York
she's
girl. We need a better comeback than you would dumb bee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You dumb. Stupid.
You dumb bee. I'm like, girl, come at me with something else now. Let's go.
Yeah, that she's not good, but she's good TV because she's so chaotic.
Yeah, she is.
So this is what I want to know from the finale.
For sure.
I want to know more about the Jen Shaw black eye. I want to know how it started, how it escalated, the full story. I want to know it all.
So did you hear that Jen's lawyers are saying that she does not, if they try to bring up anything on the
Yeah.
finale, they're going to basically sue Bravo, sue Andy Cohen.
But they don't have anything.
It's
Their
like,
clients
what do
in
you
prison.
mean? Yeah, what do you mean you're going to sue? What if it happened? It happened. It's the truth.
And also, like, what kind of case does she have
Right,
as like a
exactly.
defendant in court after going to prison for lying all these years?
Exactly.
Like, who
She
are they
doesn't
gonna
have a leg to
believe?
stand on.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so
I think Bravo should go for
I
it.
think so too. And Jen says, you know, if it happened, you would have the proof, you would have the footage. Wrong.
Yeah,
That
why
is
would they?
not true.
They don't have cameras
They
in
don't
every
have
room.
cameras
And it was
everywhere.
nighttime.
Exactly. And so they showed as much as they had. And it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Just
I
because
agree.
it wasn't filmed doesn't mean it didn't happen. And
Agreed.
so it is going to be someone else's word against yours. And I think that moment for Heather, I don't know if she would have ever told. But I really do think because Monica was showing her true colors and she found out who she was and she just didn't want to be manipulated anymore or again, I think that's why it came out.
Yeah.
I don't think she would have ever said anything if I think this triggered her to be like, you know what? And this is the final straw. I need to just
say it and get off my chest
and be like, Jen did this to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't think she's lying about that.
No, I don't think she's lying either.
Why
She's not notoriously a liar. Yeah.
There was no one else in the room. What, you fell?
Yeah.
You fell
and got scratches on your arm.
on your eyeball?
You fell on your eyeball?
I'm just
And
like,
then Meredith, her reaction when it first happened, like she was stunned. Like it wasn't anyone else but Jen.
Exactly.
Everyone's reaction was like pure of like, what the heck happened to your eye? And Jen's like, we don't know.
We don't know.
We're not sure. We're trying to figure it out.
So crazy.
So yeah, I really want to know the whole story about the black eye at the finale. I am just curious to see if Monica's going to come back for another season. I've heard that like they won't even film with her. Like they're refusing to film with her. So if that's the case, then she's probably not coming back. But I am curious to hear like what more lies she's come up with and she's going to present at the finale and what
she's had time.
She's had time
to think of her lies, build a web.
Like
she is very calculated. She's dangerous.
Right when the finale right when the finale was airing, first of all, she was on Instagram Live. She was live watching it and like giving her takes and like defense the whole time.
Yeah.
Then after she releases a full-on professional photo shoot of her leaning in to her being like the gossip girl of
being the
Salt Lake City, being the villain. She's like holding newspapers that say like, I am Reality Von Teese. Like, so she had all this like planned and like calculated to like, I don't know. She's just scheming.
Yeah, she's
leaning into the villain. And so I can only imagine what she's going to present at the finale. And we already saw the burn book.
Yeah, we saw the burn book in
so it's like you created a burn book, bro.
I'm like, is she gonna show up with a bunch of untold secrets?
She's gonna come with printed
she's
stuff.
Gonna come with printed
She's gonna
stuff
come with screenshots, but then who knows if it's manipulated.
Exactly. Who
and
knows?
Apparently I saw a clip where Meredith shows up and when she's the first one on the couches.
Okay, yeah.
When she gets there, she's holding her purse and Andy's like, why are you holding a purse? And she's like, oh, I've got stuff in here that I need to show.
Oh.
So I think that she's going to expose, she's done some digging. I think that Heather's going to bring a lot of stuff to it.
They all should.
And I think that hopefully the 4 core, because who cares about Angie?
Yeah.
The 4 core are going to win.
I think so too. Also, I mean, you need to show, like I hated when she was like, you want to talk about your involvement? When Monica says to Angie, you want to talk about your involvement? And Angie's like, what, just laughing at your stuff?
Yeah.
Because you're making fun of Jen or whoever.
And they're terrified that
exactly.
if they don't play
along,
exactly, they're the next target.
They're going to burn them down. Yeah. So I'm like, don't talk about involvement.
Yeah.
You are twisting that word in a way where you're like, no, I just heard a story or laughed or whatever it was. And it's like,
And that's why I'm scared.
I am too.
Because she's good with the comebacks.
She
can twist people. She can twist stories. She's good. She's a good villain.
Yeah.
And she can probably sit there and
She's
make those women
smart.
feel crazy because
Mhm.
she's been treated like this her entire life by her
Yes.
mother. Her mom's the exact
And
same
she
way.
has stayed calm through it. The way that she's
Yes.
reacted to her mother.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, yes, they had some blowouts, but like there have been times where her mother was coming at her at that dinner when they were screaming at, or when her mom was like basically screaming at Monica.
Yeah.
And Monica is sitting there cool as a cucumber, like
When's
has
my
her
turn?
stuff together. When's my turn? Are you finished? You know, and then just moves on. And so for her, when someone is so angry and then the other person is not giving you the reaction that you want, you go crazy.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not getting a reaction out of you. And I think she's really good at not giving you a reaction.
Yeah.
And so
And
that's
that
gonna
makes
drive them
someone
crazy.
that makes someone go insane.
Yeah, it's gonna drive them crazy. And she's got her voice. Her voice carries. She's got a
Mhm.
voice that just goes over everyone else's.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be talking over people.
I just hope it's not like the Vanderpump Rules reunion where everyone's screaming over each other and you
hate
can't
that.
you can't tell
hear
who's
anyone.
yeah.
Everyone's screaming, so you can't hear what anyone's actually saying, and then you don't get down to the real.
And no one
juice.
ever actually answers a question.
Yes, exactly. They just scream to
So
be
I hope it's
heard.
not that.
I hope so too.
I'm so pumped for it though.
Me too.
So pumped. Such good television.
It's gonna be good right off the bat because they don't want to be in the same room
Yeah.
as her. So I'm curious because she's the first seat.
Yeah, her and Heather.
They're the first seat. And so I'm curious if she's out there first to start with, or if
I
she
saw that.
comes in.
I saw a tease. So Meredith comes in first, then comes Lisa Barlow and Angie, and then comes like Heather and Whitney around the same time, and then she comes in last.
Okay,
So when she comes in last, they're all like,
okay, makes sense. But she's there from the jump.
oh, from the very beginning.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
No,
So
no,
she's there the
they're all
whole
there
time.
from the beginning.
Okay, see, and that's why it always gets like these reunion shows can start off really, really slow, and then you're waiting for the second or the third one to go.
I think it's gonna go from the beginning.
I think it is too because they don't want to be around her. They're not going to want to hear anything that she says.
Yep.
They're gonna talk, and she's gonna be constantly putting jabs here and there throughout everything, and just starting to piss people off.
Mhm.
And then it's
Even
just
more.
gonna turn into a full explosion.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
And the first part, because they showed like a 5-minute teaser.
I didn't
today.
see that. Oh,
I'll send it to
today.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just leaked today. But the first part, like the very first thing that Andy goes into is Monica's like how Monica got on the show, how she's the new housewife. So it like flashes back to like scenes of Monica. And so I think they're gonna go in immediately if she's the very first category of like, it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be so good. Oh, Melody, thanks for joining
Kathryn.
me. Thanks for joining me again.
Anytime.
See you next
I
month.
love it. See you next month. Well, I'll see you next week.
Yeah, I'll see you next week. Listeners, if you have any topics that you want us to cover before the next month, it'll be a month from now.
God, look at this view.
There's going to be, I mean, honestly, it's never been better. I've never looked better. We should probably get like a stand, but like, first time. Anyways, there's going to be a new month of drama coming up. So as they come along, send me some DMs and drop some things that you definitely want us to talk about because we probably know about it.
Yes.
Love you guys. Love you, Melody.
Love you.
And I'll talk to y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.